So today we're going to go over a fun one. This is going to be they didn't see me coming, and that was my advantage. This is about women in the workforce or self-employed women or anything that is in a male dominant field. So I've had to deal with that. I've been in my industry for over 30 years and I worked with a lot of men. I worked in a lot of male dominated fields. I worked as far as clients. Um, and sometimes it was a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. It took some time to get the confidence that I needed to be able to run a successful business and everything like that. So, my name is Lynette, and I'm gonna be your host, and we're gonna dig into this about how to build the confidence in some scenarios and maybe some tips that might be able to help you out. So, let's go ahead and dive in. So, what it feels like to be underestimated. So, walking into a room and being looked past, not through any fault of your own, just looked past, maybe because you are in a group of or men. Maybe some of them are a little older, they have more experience or anything, but they're just looking right past you, just thinking you're the junior staff member or you're a brand new business owner or something, but they're just looking past you. They're not looking at you. They're just kind of like disregarding you. Number two, having your expertise questioned by people with less experience and more confidence. One thing that women, we're a little, can be a little intimidated um, by men that maybe are a little bit more confident or even other women. But this is going to be for mostly women that are in an industry. Maybe they're new or maybe they have some experience, but they're still a little unsure of themselves or where they belong or whatever. I can guarantee you belong in that room. Number three, working twice as hard to earn the credibility that others receive automatically. Confidence is a big thing. You've heard of the fake it till you make it. A lot of people do that. They have that confidence that this is going to be great. I'm going to do this. I'm going to slam dunk this. And even if they don't have the experience, but they carry this confidence about them that allows other people to go, "Oh, well, they are so confident. They know what they're talking about." Whereas women were a little bit more, I want to say shy or, just a little intimidated by large group settings. Like I said, not all women. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so this is definitely me. If you're even a slightly intimidated or a slightly an introvert, this is definitely something that you felt, I'm sure. Number four, being spoken over in meetings and watching your idea be credited to someone else. So this is going to be great for if you are with other colleagues, if you're an employee and you come in with some great ideas and you talk about it, and then somebody else takes over the conversation a little bit, rewords it in a way that everybody now thinks it's their idea. That's not fair, but do you speak up or do you just let them take the credit? Number five, the exhaustion of constantly proving yourself in spaces that should already assume your competence. You wouldn't be in the room if you were not supposed to be. When you go into that room, you're invited into that room, they are, you should already know that you have the ability to be there. You are supposed to be there. Number six, wondering if the barrier is your performance or if it's the room. So you'll need to know if it's you that's doing something wrong or if it's the room that's doing something wrong. If the room is doing something wrong, you need to adapt how you handle it. So, six ways to turn underestimation into an advantage. So, let the low expectations fuel you. This is when no one sees you coming, you have the element of surprise. You can exceed every expectation without announcing that you're about to do it. You come in and you're prepared. So, number two, prepared beyond expectation. Walk into every room with more preparation than anyone else there. If you know more than everybody in the room because you prepared for it, you're going to come off as confident and they're going to see that you're able to do whatever it is that you're there in that room to do. Competence that cannot be denied is the cleanest response to doubt. So, like I said, anybody who doubts your experience, your knowledge, your information, if you are prepared, they're not going to question that anymore once you start talking. Number three, name it without drama. When something is unfair, name it clearly and factually. No apology, no hysteria. That's my idea, said calmly, is more powerful than silence. So if someone hijacks your conversation or your idea and they reword it and everybody acknowledges, like, oh, wow, that's a great idea, you can calmly say, "That's what I was trying to say. I created that," or "I just talked about that," or something. Number 4, build your reputation deliberately. Choose where to invest your visibility, the rooms, the publications, the stages that reach the people whose respect matters to your business. If you're just going into a room and it has nothing to do with what your goals are, don't even bother going. Focus your time, your energy, and your expertise into a room or a group that is going to value that information. So don't try and squeeze your way into something that maybe is not really your ideal room to be in to begin with. Number 5, find your people. This is going to be um, areas that your expertise is wanted. It's going to be where you're valued, where your voice is heard. Maybe you have a stage. Maybe you have colleagues that want to listen to you. Maybe you have business clients that want to listen to you. Make sure that you're in the room that you want to be in and that you can really deliver because that's going to mean a lot. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to also give the information a chance to hit the people that you want to hear it. Number 6, use it as a filter. The people who underestimate you are telling you who they are. That information is useful. It tells you exactly who is not worth your energy. So make sure that you do business with people you know, like, and trust. Make sure that you have your client that you want completely picked out. You should know who they are, what they do, what the goal is, how many family members they have. Do they have pets? Whatever it is to make your ideal client and make sure that you're in front of those people because that's who you want to talk to. So what the experts say, there is a particular kind of freedom that comes from being underestimated. They aren't watching you closely, which means that you can move, build, and grow without being managed or contained. Element of surprise. Come in overprepared, blow them away, walk out with your head up. Have that confidence that you slammed it. Even if you don't get the client or you don't land the contract or you don't do something, something doesn't come out of it, just know that you can hold your head up high, knowing that you slammed it, that you did what you were there to do, and you can walk away very proudly. Being the only woman in the room is uncomfortable, but uncomfortable does not mean wrong, and the presence is the first requirement for change. Stay in the room. So just because you're a woman and if you're in a room full of men, it doesn't mean that you don't belong there. So just make sure that you meet their energy and you show them what you can do. So some books worth reading. I always like to mention these because I think it's important that we continue our education, not only in our industry, but also in our career, in our business, our operations, everything like that. So Lead from the Outside by Stacey Abrams. I've actually read this book. It's a guide for building power and changing systems from positions that the system didn't design for you. So, this is making sure that you are able to fit into a male dominant field if you're in one or in a male dominated room. So, it's going to teach you some skills that you're going to be able to get into those rooms and be able to show them what you know. So the other book is Lean In. It's from Sheryl Sandberg, honest about the barriers women face and the internal and external strategies for building through them anyway. This is going to be a great book for younger people or people entering the industry or even people that have been in the industry for like 10 years, maybe even longer. If you ever find that you lose confidence when you walk into a room of people that you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I should be here, you need to learn how to have that confidence. There's that expression, fake it till you make it. You'll know in the first 30 minutes of a meeting or something if you really should not be in that room. But you'll also know that you should be in that room. And even if you feel like you don't belong in that room, let them know that you do belong in there. So that's the fake it till you make it. That's a People don't expect you to have every single answer off the top of your head when you walk into a room. Make sure that you took good notes and you follow up on anything that you want to follow up on with regards to questions. So, the rooms that don't expect you are the most satisfying to change. Being underestimated is uncomfortable, and it's also frequently an advantage. You don't need their expectations to be accurate to prove them wrong. Every barrier you build through clears the path for the woman behind you. So Every time that you go into a male-dominated field or a room or anything like that, and you show them what you got, and you show them that you have the knowledge and education and everything like that, the experience, you're going to open that door for somebody else also. So that may be like you in 10 years or 5 years or whatever. So you're opening up doors for other people, for other women. So don't take that too lightly. You are doing something spectacular. The business you've built in spite of the odds is yours, and nobody can take that. I've mentioned in other videos that I had two businesses, I had two offices, and I had a staff, and they were all women. And I built a business, two successful businesses, and I sold them in 2019, and now I do a little bit different things. But I felt a lot of pride in having my business. I built it from scratch. I started with $5,000 and one client. So, and I built it to, a very large, successful business. But it took a lot out of me to do that, don't get me wrong. But I still feel a lot of pride knowing that I did that. I talked to my clients straightforward. I had a lot of respect from my colleagues, and it was great. I learned to network and negotiate things, and I'm an introvert, so it was even a little bit harder, but I was successful in it, and I'm very proud of the work that I did. So they didn't see you coming. Good. That's always been part of the plan. So surprise them. So take a moment to reflect. Where in your business or professional life have you been underestimated? And what have you built in spite of it that you were most proud of? So like I just said, I built two businesses. I was by myself. I was a solo owner. That was over 17 years. And I was very proud of what I accomplished. So when you do have that information written down, make sure that you sit with that, write it down. And if you have any questions, let me know and I can help you with anything that you run into or something like that. Just based on my experience, I'm not a business coach or anything like that. I'm a financial person. So, but if you do have questions or anything like that, you're more than welcome to bounce them off me. I might be able to give you some guidance. So, some things to start this month. One, write down your evidence of competence. I want you to write down everything about you. You can list 10 items that you've accomplished to prove the doubters wrong. So, what would you want people to know about you to show and to prove to them that you're capable of doing something? Write them down. And then also, anytime doubt returns, read that. So that should be kind of like the top 10 things. Keep it under your keyboard on your computer or on your desk and look at it every so often. Make yourself feel better. If you graduated with honors, if you had a 3.9%, grade point average, if you've taken all these extracurricular, if you take additional education classes to extend your career, if you landed that one big client, write those things down. Feel good about yourself. You deserve it. Two, prepare beyond what's required. So for your next important meeting or presentation, go one level deeper in preparation that you think you'd need to. So if you have something like even this question, and you were doing a presentation, make sure that you have a little bit of a backstory about that. One of the things that I've always done is I would have a handout. So if anybody wanted to see a visual when I did a presentation on something, I always had a visual. So that way they could follow along. Now, that may not be the same for everybody as far as preparing beyond what's required, but the people I was in front of, they weren't expecting a handout, a free handout on that, on education or something like that. But I always included that because I wanted them to walk away with something tangible from a meeting or an interview or whatever it was that they had. Number three, identify your visibility investments. Where do you want to be seen and heard this year? List three specific rooms, stages, or platforms, then pursue them. So if you're a public speaker, who are you going to reach out to this year to maybe get on a stage to talk to someone, if you're a motivational speaker or something like that? Or if you are really wanting to meet with, three new clients this year, how are you going to get in front of those people to be able to sit down in front of them? Or if you are thinking about starting a podcast or a YouTube channel or a Substack or something in writing or something, how are you going to do that? And when are you going to do that? So hold yourself accountable. Let's see. Share one accomplishment publicly. So this week, post, present, or simply tell someone about something that you have built. Own it without qualifying it. Brag about yourself. You could be your own biggest cheerleader. Put something on your social media about something you accomplished in the last month, that you just landed that big client or you read this book and you got a lot of information out of it. Share that information. It's going to make you feel better, but you might also be helping somebody else with their confidence or if they're struggling with some things too. So that's it for today, but I just wanted to share also, if you like this information, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications on the YouTube channel. We also have a Substack and an Instagram page. Our Substack is going to deep dive a little bit more into this in just an article format. And also our Instagram is more for, motivational memes, things like that. And then also, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you're looking for any information about the services that we provide, you can go to our page. Our link to our website is there. You're more than welcome to schedule a free 30-minute consultation, or you can also just send me an email if you have any questions or you want some recommendations or something I might be able to help you with. And then, like I said, make sure that you subscribe to us on Substack or Instagram if you're on there for just some different information. But make sure that you also have your notifications on here on YouTube so that you know when we post another video. We're going to be getting into business advice and operations, tax advice, women in business building tips. And we're going to try and focus on women and how we operate a little bit differently than men do. So I hope you found some value. I hope you check out those books and that. There's no links or anything like that. I don't get paid for those. They're books that I've researched a little bit about that I thought would be helpful for you. So, anyways, thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you. Leave any comments or anything like that in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much.